Hello there, and welcome back to International Fathers. I am your host and your creator, Nelson Amuda Sr. Well, we're still talking about fathers, as you know, the positiveness and the goodness of fathers and what we do internationally, all around the world, all four corners of the globe. That covers a whole lot out there in YouTube land. If you missed it, but we're still talking about fathers. With that in mind, we're going to talk about how we are very much involved with the education and the health of our child or our children. As you see sometimes that we are there, educational wise. I'm going to read something for you right quick. It says a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Education is the key to a lot of success. Not all success. Because you have some people who are successful and didn't go to college. You have some people out there who are very successful and don't have a high school diploma, but a gift and a talent. Out there in YouTube land around the world, you may know some of these people. I don't know, but education, we are there for our child or children. Ignorance is no excuse to the law. And one of my favorite ones, common sense. One more time, common sense. Common sense. I like that word. Goes a long way. And you can interpret common sense by however you want to. But to me, I believe that everyone is born with at least 1% common sense. At least 1% is what you do after that to add on or take away from it. I always use the example of a little infant who may be crawling, or that toddler may be just starting to walk and falling every now and then. If he or she touch something that's hot, they have enough common sense to reach back. They won't say ouch, but they'll reach back if it's hot, if it burnt them. Next time they see that, they'll think twice about touching that object. Common sense. It's still educating. It's still teaching. Educating our child or children. I just want to stick that common sense in there. Just for some folks out there that may get a little bit confused on that issue. Nevertheless, I'm here and we're just talking about educating our child or children. We as fathers are our children's first teachers along with the mother. The first teachers. Which means we have to be good at teaching something to our child or children. Teach. Not show, but teach. I remember years ago, my junior came to me after he went into the military. And he came back and he said, "Dad, something that you didn't teach me." I'm like, uh-oh. Had my mind thinking. I was all over here, thinking. What is it that I didn't teach you, son? I'm saying to myself, without him even knowing it. So he let me think for a while. I'm like, wow, okay. I said, well, what didn't I teach you? He said, you didn't teach me how to shave. I looked at him, I said, didn't teach you how to shave? I'm like, whew. I said, you saw me do it. He said, I watched you and I saw you. You didn't teach me how to do it. The distinction was there. And he was right. So the next day I went to take a shave. I took my infant son, which is now a lot older now. I took him in the bathroom. He was about maybe 6 months old, and I showed him, this is how you shave. So that you won't say the same thing that your older brother said to me. Education, little small things, minute, that goes a long way in a child's life, a very long way. That's why we're on point with this education and teaching us as fathers. Starting our children off at home is where all the educational process starts. Believe it or not, it don't start in school. It starts at home. You know they say love, charity, everything starts at home. And we're not going to exempt education. Teaching, that also starts at home too. So we can't afford to make any mistakes. I always say to my children and to some adults out there who may be watching this video, you know who I'm talking about? Little children watch what big children do and say. Big children watch what adults do and say. So adults, parents, please, please, please be mindful of the example that you set for your child or children, because they are watching you closer than what you think. For my children, I always try to live a transparent life. My children's going to look right straight through me. My children know me well, to where though they can say what I will do and what I won't do, what I will say and what I won't say. They know this. They know if they ask me something, my expression can give them an answer without me even saying anything. They have learned me. I have taught them. It's a process, back and forth. But they are learned. Education is the key. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. Remember that. Our children should also know who we are. As fathers, make ourselves available for questions and conversation to our children. When they need answers, when they want answers, when they're craving for answers, we are there. Toddler, preschool, elementary school, junior high or middle school, high school, and beyond. Because you know what? A father's job is never done. I had to throw that one in there. A father's job is never done. I always tell my child, I'm going to be 114 years old and going to be still your daddy. Don't forget that. And there's enough of y'all to take care of me. That's right. Think of that song again. I hear it in my head. My daddy loves me. Oh yeah. My daddy loves me. Oh yeah. Ain't no man in the world like my daddy. Woo! My daddy loves me. Oh yeah. Woo! I know y'all like that rendition of that song there. That's mine. Don't copyright it. Don't take it. Children do learn from what they see older children and adults do and say. I always say practice what you preach. If you're going to tell your son or your daughter, don't smoke. We're talking about older age now. at teenage age. Because we all were teenagers once. If you passed the age of 20, you was a teenager. Teenagers doing the same things that we did years ago. The exact same stuff. And some parents trip out. That's something totally different from educating right now. However, how can you as a parent tell your child, don't smoke if you're smoking? Don't smoke. It's bad for your health. But you're smoking. Educating. Leading by example. Don't drink. Don't drink all the alcohol and wine. It's bad for you. But Dad, Mom, you're drinking. How can you tell me that? But once again, some parents out there forget that they were children. Forget that they were teenagers. Let me break this thing down right quick. You see, when you're a teenager, and y'all know this, we can do some stuff. We can do some crazy stuff, some common sense stuff. But we do stuff. It's a period of time in our life where we're exploring and getting to know ourselves and others around us and things. And we may test and try things. Stay a little late, might do this, might do that. But remember, parents, you were once a teenager. Believe it or not, you're 35, you're 40, you're 50, you're 60. You was once a teenager. Some of what your teenager is doing, you may have done worse. Some of what your teenagers are saying, you may have said worse. I say that to say this. When you are correcting and or chastising your teenagers, remember, if you did the same thing, and how was it handled with you, with your parents? Or it could be something else. A generational curse. But that's something for another day on another topic. We're talking about the educational aspect that us fathers imply and apply to our child or children. That's food for thought. You do the dishes, as my son would say. Interesting. I tell you. Our children will always be willing to learn when you make time for them. Make it our business to teach them. Teach them to educate their minds. What else do they have to do? They're children. We're the adults. We're the fathers. Listen to me, son. Listen to me, daughter. And there is no compromising. There is no negotiating. I'm the father, you the child. Listen to me. I'm teaching you something. But we just get in there and we teach and we teach and we teach, and then we watch. We watch them maneuver, navigate, and swim. Bam! We watch all of that to see how they handle certain things. Because then at that point, you can sit back and smile and go, job well done. Job well done. And all our work is almost finished. Educating our child or children is wonderful, if you ask me. To teach your child and they listen to you. They follow your direction when you're teaching them to do their work and do what they're supposed to do in life, so they can be productive citizens in this world. Another thing that us fathers are very concerned about is the health of our children. We go to doctor's appointments, emergencies, 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, call off from work, leave early, come late. We're wrapped up in this thing called health. The health of our children is very important to us. Daddy, my leg hurt. Daddy, my arm hurt. Daddy, I can't start this out. Daddy, this, that. We listen to our children, looking at the area of complaint, or when they say something hurts them or bothers them. Me, I look into my medicine cabinet and I see there's nothing there that can cure what's going on for my child or children. Is then we go to the ER, the emergency room. If I can handle it, woo! And I've been doing this for a long time. I could retire, but there's no benefits. I won't get sick pay. I won't get vacation pay. I won't get reimbursement pay. I won't get salary compensation. I won't get nothing for retiring from fatherhood. It's a job. It's a career. It's a career that goes on forever. You're always employed. The benefits are seeing your child or children excel in life. Excel. And then they soar like an eagle. They soar like an eagle. That's the benefits. But we take them on down to the hospital, get them checked out, because that's our thing, and we do that. We carry that well. Without a doubt, we hold that fort down too. Fathers, talk to me out there in YouTube land. I want to hear what you got to say. Because I know we do it. And everybody there can attest to it. You know, years ago, a father taking a child to a clinic appointment. A little bit of taboo there. Like you rarely saw it. I believe back in the 60s, maybe the 50s. I'm not saying I'm that old out there in YouTube land. I'm just saying. For all the Facebook people, IJS, right? For the younger crowd, that's how y'all kick it, right? You know, I'm just trying to just get the educational point across. Also, I'm having just a little bit of fun out here also. You know. But it was kind of unheard of back then. But now these days, fathers have just taken giant steps. I mean, giant steps in being concerned about the caring and the health status of our child or children. You know, some years ago when man first walked on the moon, where they said something like 1 step for this and 1 step for mankind, us fathers, we just took that big giant step. Boom! And we're here to stay. So there's nothing taboo about taking our children to the clinic no more. It's not strange. Although some people do look at it as a strange thing. I know on some occasions where I've taken my children to the hospital, when you sign them in and you see the receptionist, they used to look at me crazy years ago. But seeing my face over and over and over at the same clinic that my children been going to, oh, okay. Oh, that's Mr. Moody. Oh, boom. My junior was on his last physical. I missed his last physical after I made the appointment. And for 2 days it bothered me. I went down to the clinic. I said, I need to make another appointment for my son. I missed it. And the lady looked at me and said, well, what's wrong? I said, I missed his appointment. The other lady overheard it and she looked at me and said, Mr. Moody, you've been coming here for a long time. I think your track record show what you all about. I laughed at her. She said, we ain't worried about you. It's other people who worry about who miss their appointments or don't bring their child or children. But you are consistent at yours. I felt kind of better there. You know. That's how good we fathers are out there about the health and care of our child or children when it comes to doctor's appointments. That's how serious we take it. We don't take it lightly. We don't take it for granted. This is our child. These are our children. We're here to see the doctor. We are conditioned to doing this. No one had to tell us, but to set no alarm clock. But we are there for the health of our child or children. That's just what we do. You know, concerned parent out there, very concerned about the health of our child or children. I'm going to take it to a different level, a subject that is seen to be afraid to talk about, and that's sex with your child or children. I don't see why so many parents have a problem talking to their child or children about sex. You see, I talk to mine about sex. I want to tell them the truth so they don't hear it out in the streets and it's twisted. Except my sons, except my daughters. Damn. We having this conversation here. You know, as fathers, don't have no problem talking to our sons about sex and condoms. Why? Because we're both males? We have no problem talking to your son about that. But what about your daughter? What about your daughter? Menstrual cycles, cramps, sanitary napkins. Those issues. She wants to talk to you, Dad. She wants to share things with you. We don't brush our daughters off and say, go talk to your mother about that stuff. I'm not a female. No, we talk to our daughters about that stuff. I have enough daughters. I have rubbed plenty of stomachs. Talk to. Brought plenty sanitary napkins. Discuss menstrual cycles, the effect they have on you, your body, and how you treat other people. We talk to our daughters about that, fathers. We talk to our children about sex, pregnancies, unwanted pregnancies. Even STDs, sexually transmitted diseases. We talk to our children about those things because those things are for real. And let me tell you something about a sexually transmitted disease. It does not discriminate. Let me say that again. A STD does not discriminate. It don't care if you rich or poor. Black, white, red, purple, yellow, or green. College educated, high school dropout. 5th grade education, 2nd college. associate degree, blue collar, white collar, old or young. It doesn't care. So as fathers, we talk to our children about that stuff. The health, your heart, your body, your brain. It's time for a checkup, a physical. How you feeling today? Relationship. That's what it boils down to, relationship and bonding. We got that. It's a beautiful sight to see a father interact with his child or children in every way you can think of. I got an old saying in my first book that when a father is involved with his child or children in every way, shape, form, or fashion that you can think of, you don't play chess, mind games, Monopoly, or pull and tug. You don't play with the relationship of a child and their father. You don't touch it. When that father is involved in child or children, you let him. You let him. You just sit back and admire that relationship. If you had an unfortunate relationship as a little girl with your father, and your children's father is in their life, don't be so selfish to try to come between their father and his children. Don't do it, because there's a thing called karma. What goes around will come around, and you reap what you sow. Just admire the relationship, respect it, and embrace it. Because whether you know it or not, when that father is there, bonding, connecting with his child or children, it sends a message. It sends a message. And you can't do nothing but help to embrace it. Talk about it. Learn from it. It's educational. Whew, sorry about that, folks, but sometimes I get off. Sometimes I take it to a different level, or I go left field, or I go right field, because fathers is just so important in the child's life. And it gets to me when somebody playing games, mind games, psychological, mental, and emotional games with a child or children. Just because the father is trying to get in there and spend time with his child or children. This is for the ones who are having problems. I know I'm off my topic of education and health, but sometimes the thought just gets here because there's so much of it's going around. If you are out there anywhere in the world playing games, mind games with your child or children and their father, stop it. Stop it. That child or their children may have to feed you, clothe you, bathe you, choose your nursing home. Because you best believe if you mistreat that child rebel, disrespect, he or she or they may be playing your nursing home. Or they may let you go somewhere else. And fifth, the last thing, they may have to plan your funeral. Gotta watch how you treat them. It's God's gift to us. Watch how you treat your children. Fathers loving, fathers are embracing, fathers are connecting. Embrace it. If your childhood as a little girl was messed up or jacked up, learn from the father and his child or children by you, and is still educating. Admire it. That could bring you closer. That may be what you wanted from your father, whether or not you know it. But don't play games with a man and his children. Admire the relationship, especially your daughters, since you are a female also. I didn't mean to go that, but even now that I go that way, folks. Fatherhood. I eat, breathe, sleep, and dream. Fatherhood. That's what I do. Fatherhood, that's my calling, that's my mission. Bridging fathers and children. Connecting. Fathers and children. It's sad when someone intervenes in that relationship. And again, you could be educated by a good, healthy relationship between a father and his children. I'm Nelson Moody Sr. Men are loving, caring parents too. Remember that. You can order my book at Barnes & Nobles, Author House, Amazon, eBay, and wherever books are sold. Once again, I'm your host and your creator of International Fathers. For more information, log to my website, www.nelsonlmoodysenior.info. That's NELSONLMOODYSR.info. INFO. I'm also on Facebook, minglecity.com, Black Planet, MySpace. You can contact me at nelmoody7 at yahoo.com. And I'm also here on YouTube. Just type in International Fathers. Once again, fathers, call your children. Children, call your fathers. Talk to them. Establish and maintain your relationship with your father. Fathers, continually maintaining our relationships with our children. Fathers, hug those children. Children, hug those fathers. Until next time.